Hoi, hoi. Yeah, smoker's cough. Just joking. How about that jingle? It still gets me going. Dun, 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 dun. Cultural appropriation, perhaps.
Perhaps. Sam said that whenever he hears it, he craves Asian food. So.
Excuse me? I've never said that. Except every time. But I mean, who at the best of times doesn't crave
That's true.
Asian food?
Do you like Simply Asia still? I love Simply Asia.
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
It's a bit much.
Yeah. Okay.
The best thing I ever heard about Chloe's dad is that he used to eat 2 boxes of Simply Asia when he got that sort of takeout.
Put some respect on his name. That's what I'm saying.
Put some motherfucking respect on his name.
Exactly.
I'm just checking our sound waves as we usually do. There's a bit of anxiety around them. You know?
Yeah.
BTS for you, those listening and watching.
Yeah. Well, sometimes they don't record. Yeah. Unfortunately.
Well, I mean, that's almost entirely my fault. Usually.
I don't know if you guys even noticed, but on the episode where we had Grant Hines as a guest, it didn't record. Well, it recorded the first 10 minutes. We got to the 40-minute mark. We were like, oh, don't have that. So Sam, when we reshot it, is sweating bullets. I've never seen him look like that.
Yeah.
Shame.
Speaking of sweating bullets, I am once more sweating bullets. My forehead is like a slip and slide.
Okay.
Do you say forehead or forehead?
Forehead, definitely.
What?
Yeah.
Why? That's how I'm going to start saying why these days. Like, hi, but why? Why? Kids.
Why do you listen to us?
That's true. Why do people listen to us? And while we're on the topic of people listening to us, a little shout out for Miss Perrins, a big fan of the show.
Yes. Chloe's, you've got the same name as me, which I love.
Yeah, we are most certainly here for that. And to all of you guys who religiously and loyally follow KETS, we're planning a civil war, so get ready to bear arms, baby.
Yeah, and I mean, I've also got an apology to make.
How did you not just... I made a comment about the civil war and you just were like, okay, next topic.
No, I was going off of you mentioning fans and Chloe parents, and
okay.
I was saying that I've got an apology to make. Someone called me out in the comments last week on YouTube.
For what?
You know, my show and tell, and I said that, you know, KETS will always be here for you. We'll never cancel on you, and we did cancel on you.
The New Year's episode.
Yeah.
So it never happened.
No.
Why is everyone requesting that I do drunk podcasts?
I know, no one wants to see me drunk.
No one wants to see Chloe drunk. Everyone's here to see me get messed up on the podcast.
I don't know.
I have started my first day of sobriety.
You have after
I haven't.
A rough weekend.
No, not a rough week. You see, it's like a rough night.
Okay.
That turns into 3 days of a hangover.
Yeah.
Hanging.
Yeah. I'm like, why am I so tired?
When I say that I'm hung, it's not in the fun way. I don't think that's a young person thing. People don't say, or I actually have heard a girl say he's hung like a horse. I know.
Really?
It was me. I was the girl. I was the guy.
When I first learned about how big horses' penises are, I was shocked.
Chloe.
Have you seen the photos?
I have. Did you see there was also someone going viral? She was obviously like this... Okay, come on, Samuel. Keep it together here. She was this woman, and she was busy ejaculating. I don't think we're going to get deplatformed.
She was busy ejaculating.
She was, stimulating the horse because and apparently it's a high-paying job.
What?
She was.
Oh.
It's a movie that tens of thousands of boys see every night. Not her, the horse, but them. You know, she's busy in that process.
Oh.
Have you had a stroke or are you with us?
I'm very lost.
Your eye went down and I thought Chloe's gone. It's been hot. It's been stressful. She's had a stroke.
Wait. So you're saying that she sort of like pleasures the horse?
No, Chloe. Do not degrade her like that. She's a horse worker. She doesn't pleasure the horse. Well, maybe... accidentally the horse derives pleasure, but it's purely business with this lady. She's getting the horse's semen because they're high pedigree animals.
Yes. So okay, so she's a pet.
A pet?
I mean, a pet. Isn't there that that
is a vet.
Yeah. I don't know. Isn't there that episode of Rick and Morty where that's actually his mom's job?
She's a horse surgeon.
Yeah, but she
But a vet.
collects the horse's semen
Perhaps.
in that machine, you know?
I think you're onto. Oh yes, and they create that. But okay,
Yes.
my
Anyways.
my goodness. A lot of people would have been back at work, starting to go back to work. South Africans are just not made to work. That's why we love December so much. The problem is it can't always be December.
Why not?
Well, because then you're like Greece and look at their economy and look at ours, and actually they're probably very similar. But we fundamentally, I don't think as South Africans like working. I certainly don't like working. Do you?
Yeah, even me, I don't like working.
Bullshit. I knew I'd catch on today's episode. Chloe is a workaholic. She's happiest with like iced coffee and like 6 laptops and screens in front of her, being like, I'm checking emails and I'm also editing a podcast and like I'm doing 3 internships at once. And like, let's have a break. She's like, excuse me, I'd rather die. So there are some people that are addicted to the hustle. That ain't me.
No, fair. But why don't we maybe have a December in the middle of the year as well?
I think it's a decent idea.
Yeah.
Like, apart from the fact that it's wintry then, you know, it's a bit...
Yeah,
and
but
that I do like cuddling up. I'm not like trying to go to 6 Bryes, have 12 gin and tonics and then see where I end up sleeping.
But that's like Christmas in the Northern Hemisphere. Do you like a Christmas in July? Quite frankly, it's just because like I need a break. You know,
Okay.
like I really need a break in the middle of the year.
I still think this can all be done away with if we do what I'd like to call... I don't know why I'm saying what I'd like to call. I've never made this up. But if we had a longer weekend or a break in the week, which is basically what I do. It's called being unemployed.
Yeah.
Well, you make your own hours.
France does that. I think they have Wednesdays off.
God, they're pretentious. But yeah, so when is too much of a good thing too much of a good thing?
Is that a rhetorical question or do you want an answer?
Retarded question. What? It's
can you say that word anymore?
When is what? Too much of a good thing?
You said retarded.
If it's said with love.
Okay.
And as Michael Scott says, obviously not to people who are,
actually retarded.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, so when is
well, we had a great run with KETS. No, come on, people.
When is too much of a good thing much of a good thing?
Yeah.
Maybe like too much, because like partying can be fun, but there's a point in the night where you should actually just call it quits.
You've got this rule. What's it called?
You know what I mean? Oh, it's like my 12 o'clock rule.
It's from How I Met Your Mother, I think. It is.
Well, it's like, I don't think anything... Well, let's give it like a percentage. Maybe like 70% of the time, nothing good happens after 12 o'clock. You know?
Yeah.
So I'd rather take myself off to bed. I'm tired. Make myself a toasted cheese. Head to bed.
Yeah. I don't know. I think everyone thinks that they're going to start having like these raucous experiences and like tantric sex. And I just, after 12, it's a miracle if someone makes it to 12, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Whiskey dick.
It's a real thing.
And if your erection is standing at 12,
see someone.
Seek help, yeah. Seek help, and seek it quickly. But yeah, okay. Speaking of too much of a good thing, KETS. KETS content, baby. We've been having like long sort of debates. Why does that tripod look like it's about to fall over?
Oh, no, it's fine. No, it was leaning, and then I touched it and almost fell over, and I was like, it's okay. I'm just going to leave it.
Yeah, like we don't care anymore. If the camera falls over, we call
wait. While you're speaking, I'm going to take a photo of it, and we can insert
We can put it in the podcast. If you're not watching and you're just listening, it's like the Leaning Tower of Pisa Sony edition. Wow, that's giving me a lot of anxiety. But anyway, we want to do more KETS. So we've obviously got Monday we do KETS and Chloë. Wednesday we've got KETS with guests.
And that's Thursday. We film on Wednesday.
Oh no, on Thursday we're live. On Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday. Whoever would know.
You're exposing our filming schedule.
I know. The tripod's falling over. It's all falling apart. But we do the guest, and we've got some really exciting guests.
We do. We've
got the Stormers captain. That's rugby for people who don't know. We've got Don Madge, former UFC and now PFA fighter, an all-time good guy. Who else have we got coming on? PH Fat.
Yeah.
PH.
Jinx. No, I can't say anything for the rest of the podcast. No, I'm just kidding. I don't want to be
Yeah, I was about to
alone.
say, charter this plane yourself then. And who else we have? We've got lots of exciting people. I can't think off the top. We booked...
There are a few other potential people, but I don't want to say their name in case they pull out, right?
Yeah, never pull out of a podcast booking. Come on.
Yeah.
Or any other
But it's very exciting, and this is probably the most organized that we've been.
We decided we have to...
Yeah. Because normally we'd get to like a Monday, Tuesday, and we'd be like, who is our guest for Thursday? And it would be a bit of
And then I'd
an
have to
issue.
phone a friend. Literally. I'd be like, hey, you want to be on a podcast?
And normally those are very, very fun.
So we will also keep doing a few of those friend ones
friend
as well.
podcasts.
But we want to know from you essentially, DM us, comment on Instagram, wherever. I mean on YouTube. Would you like to see some more reaction videos? Because I've always wanted to do those. I think they're quite fun. Vlogs, which I'm on the fence about, but I understand how they could be quite cool. But yeah, what do you think? Let us know.
Yeah. I'd really like to do like even if it's not a week in the life of KETS, maybe it's a month, they post it monthly. I think, it wouldn't be our everyday lives, but it'd be everything that's involving KETS. You know, how we set up our meetings, our brainstorming, just Sam and I having fun.
That's the only fans we're planning for later. Yeah. But no, let us know. We could be like, you could be 2 episodes a week is fine. And we'll be like, okay, we hear you.
Yeah.
We hear you loud and clear, Botswana. We're now 8th. We used to be 1st. What's going on, Botswana?
What's going on?
Are you guys not listening to podcasts anymore? Fucking hell. South Africa keeps doing the thing, so thank you. Ireland, Cyprus, charting all over the show.
There's people who just pop up and I love it.
I think it's because I look like a Cypriot.
Yeah, maybe.
Actually, I don't know what people like
you
Cyprus
could be
look like.
Greek or you could be from like South America.
We were at this bar and someone comes up to us. Looks like they were high off the cocaine. Yep, my sinuses hurt from the cocaine. If you're not watching, I was tapping my nose to indicate cocaine usage.
Okay.
I don't like keeping them in the dark.
Oh, no, of course.
Okay, they're my favorite fans, the ones that listen, and the ones on YouTube, and anyone really. But this person comes up just exclusively to me, and she goes, "Hi, are you from TikTok?" And I was like, "Yes, I'm the CEO." No, I didn't say that, but I was like, maybe, because you don't want to commit too early. And she's like, "Yeah, with a podcast and everything." And I was like, "Haha, yes, that's me." And then she was like, "So what's the podcast about?" And I was like, "Bada bing, bada boom, a comedy." And she's like, "Oh, do you do serious stuff?" And I'm like, "Nah, as a white South African, I try to keep it light." And I was like, "Haha, that's quite a funny joke, Sam. Well done." She looked at me and she says, "You're not white." And I was excuse me?
Imagine someone telling you that. Yeah.
Excuse me? And I was like, damn, if only a black person had said this to me,
and then
it would have been so much cooler.
I think Sam was like slightly offended. He was like, "Oh, are you white?"
No, I said as a joke to her, I was like, "Oh, but you're also not white." And she was clearly white. She was like, "What?" And I was like, "You see? It's irritating." But it wasn't irritating. It was just weird. Like, don't go around bars like telling people what race they are.
No, but
as a white person, I felt very threatened.
No, but I also like that people come up to us. Well, when I say us,
it was great.
When I say us, I literally mean Sam. I think Sam's way more recognizable than me.
It's this mushroom afro I got going. But I'll tell you what it is. Because Chloe's so beautiful, people just DM her because they bangbroek. So they don't come up in real life, but everyone's like, "Oh, Dutch Sam," or they DM me that.
No one even really DMs me.
That's because I delete them. Keep sending them. You'll find nothing. But yeah, so anyway.
Okay.
So after all of...
Yeah, I think that we promised a shorter intro.
Our last introduction was 20 minutes.
And I think we've just done that again.
I know. So...
Is what it is.
That's it. That's KETS. Welcome to the art. Sometimes we do portraiture, but oh boy. Quite often we're pretty abstract.
That was actually really good.
What, the tears? I'm either sweating or crying on the podcast. I don't think I could ever do television because they'd be like, "Start doing it." And I'll be like, "In today's weather."
I think I need to start doing your makeup, like stage makeup.
Your makeup looks very nice today.
Thank
Good
you.
outfit in general.
I went for a Euphoria High School. Have you seen those TikToks where it's like you put into high school and then you remember going to Euphoria High School?
Yeah.
And they get all like glamorous. So this is actually purple eyeliner.
No, it looks very good. But the Euphoria high school memes that I laugh at are, it's like the Euphoria High School PE teacher, and it's like this person in a dominatrix outfit, and you're like, that's funny. But this outfit Chloe's wearing, this is not even a sponsorship thing or anything. I just think they're a very cool brand out of Cape Town, Kiwi Club.
Yep.
I bought this for Chloe's what?
Oh, Sam was so sweet. He bought it for my end of year exams as a celebration.
Oh, I thought that was your birthday.
The best
Happy
boyfriend
exams.
ever.
We're not dating. Anyway, so check them out, Kiwi Club, for all your festival needs.
Yeah.
They actually do full...
Yeah, I don't have the pants on.
Yeah, but check them out.
I do have the pants.
It's perfect for any Cape Town girl heading to festivals. So,
Exactly.
wow. Now let's get back into the meat of the show.
Okay.
The show and tell. Chloe, what have you got for us? I'm sweating heavily.
Okay. Well, so before I show you my show and tell, right? You know,
Are you doing a tell and show?
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much
Interesting
for noticing.
spin on it. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So, you know those like I think there was a popular video going around on Facebook where it was like this guy is saying about how things magically just get cleaned around the house, right? You know,
Literally.
He's like, you can leave your dirty plate on the dining room table, and in the morning it's washed. It's crazy. And he's like to his wife, you know, like, you gotta try this, you know. And I thought, yeah, it's a bit of a funny video, but you know, when is that ever gonna happen?
Yeah, that's not real life.
Yeah, that's not real life. So Sam goes to me, he goes, this plant outside will not die. Like, it won't die. It is, I think it's maybe like a succulent, like it's just always green and always. And I was
For context, it lives on my balcony, and I've never watered it once.
Oh my God. And it doesn't even have a pot, but
It like lives in a condom.
yeah, it's a ZZ plant. And the only reason it's still alive is because I water it every week.
But
So-
I thought it was just this magical plant.
So that's like I literally had like a real life experience. So he's like, it's just like, it's magic. It's magic.
But to build on this a bit, I think that's the world we live in. Like, men don't understand how much women do.
Yeah. I was watching this.
Black Lives Matter. No, it's true. Like, because if I do one thing, it's known. I'll be like, yeah, I cleaned the apartment today. And everyone knows. My WhatsApp family, I don't have a WhatsApp family. My family on the WhatsApp, I'm like, hey, I cleaned the apartment today. Chloe knows. I tell everyone. Chloe will clean it for 3 weeks and without any notice. So
No, that's very sweet, but that's not true.
yeah, it's not true. Women, but I was trying to build a point about how women rule the world.
Yes.
But
Silently.
quietly.
Yes.
So, for half of history, woman has been anonymous.
Yes.
You know, I said that.
Who?
I don't know, some woman. It was Virginia Woolf.
Oh.
Okay, we're trying a bit of comedy here early on.
Okay, what's your show and tell?
Oh, my show and tell.
Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle.
Hi, it's me and Sam and Chloe and look at me. Bah, bah, bah.
Hi, it's me and Sam and Chloe.
Oh,
For those of you listening, Sam just pulled out a very crumpled poster that we probably used once. I got it done at this terrible printing store.
Don't name drop. They need the business.
I won't name drop it still.
Yeah, well, so that just reminded me of failures because we thought when we get that poster, KETS is going to get 1 million subscribers. And someone was like, the poster's skew and it looked crinkled. And everyone who commented on it was like, it's shit. So it's all about shooting your shot. I wanted to remind you on this Monday evening that go for it. Even if it's not going to work out, as Pitbull says, Dale. I forgot his actual quote, but he does say Dale, and Dale applies to everything.
Yeah, that video, I think Sam showed me, it's on Facebook. And it's of Pitbull saying it's meant to be really heartfelt, sincere advice, you know, but it makes zero sense. Maybe we can link it in the description box.
I'm gonna put the link in there because it is viewing pleasure. Like if anyone becomes my close friend, I start sending them certain things. Kendrick Lamar performing at the Grammys with Imagine Dragons. We've got Pitbull's inspirational quotes, and then Miley Cyrus Wrecking Ball. It's a trifecta of entertainment.
And you send Drake the type of guy.
Yes, those are also hilarious. But a new segment in today's show. I don't even think Chloe's seen this because I've been wanting to do this. I think this could be an idea for other KETS content we do. Yeah. But we do sort of daily headlines and we take all the big popular news outlets, News 24, Daily Maverick. What else is there?
Just other stuff, yeah.
Google searches. And we take the headlines. So we'll read out the headlines and then the sub-headline and you can be like, what did we make up? What's the real headline? Spoiler alert, it's the real headline and then what I've made up.
Okay, I love this.
Okay, so the first one is SA facing more outages as Coburg, Eskom, goes offline. The power plant is apparently suffering from extreme screen fatigue and has to refocus on itself after seeing way too many power plants living their best life on Instagram. Wow, that's a powerful article. So that's, and then from, I think it was News 24, a rise of January divorces seen in South Africa. Parents finally get to split after biting the bullet over Christmas and New Year in an effort to save cash on future therapy costs. Oh, how misguided. Imagine you really read an article where they went, oh, how misguided? Question mark. Okay. After 2 years of coronavirus, SA may transition to the endemic phase, which has left churches furious, with many priests stating there are only 2 genders. Oh,
this is just a small insight into how
this is how my brain works. Yeah. If you missed it, we're going to come back for you. Transition. That was the key word. Have another crack at it. Actually, I could. And then my last one is of the Motti family.
Oh yeah.
They were.
I thought it was the Muti family.
No. If they were the Muti family, they would have been fine. But the Motti family, with the kidnapping, all that drama with the police. So the title is Moti. Fuck what? Moti. Come on, Samuel. Come on, Daily Maverick, write better articles. Moti family denies interdicting police as they confirm leaving SA. We wish them all the best as they head to Miami to lose their minds. And I think that's my new favorite section of the show.
No, I love that.
Even if people don't like it, I'm going to continue to do it. Dale.
Live your best life.
Live your best life.
This is your podcast. You should do what you want.
I also want to start calling people young blood.
Young blood.
Like for no reason really, but like I don't think I can pull it off. Like I feel like I have to be cooler, older, and black.
I mean, bring your chains out. Sam wears 3 chains every day.
Yeah, because my hero 2 Chainz will actually come up later in the podcast. Famously remarked, 2 chains, but I got me a few on. That's me. But yeah.
My interesting fact is my mom's maiden surname is quite literally Youngblood, but in German.
Youngblut.
Jungblut, yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. Maybe I can call people Jungblut.
I just started calling my mom Youngblood.
Hey, Youngblood. Hey, Youngblood. But I think I couldn't pull it off, Youngblood. But I think if I did it in a New Zealand accent, people might be like, there's a clear, hey, Youngblood. This is purely because someone was like, bring the New Zealand accent back. Hey, Youngblood. Having a good day, Youngblood. Gonna go fuck a sheep. Oh, no, come on. I know.
What?
I know. How did that get there?
Wait, let me...
I apologize to all sheep.
Well, Australian would be more like young blood. It does not sound
No,
good.
young blood. Baraboo. Okay, but time for our main stories, our heavy hitters. The big stuff we forgot to cover. Chloe, do you want to take us away? Because we've been gone for a while, remember? So we missed some big news.
Exactly. So we haven't cousin.
Speaking of effing sheep. Hey, cousin.
We haven't cousin. Oh my God. Put it together, Chloe.
It's a disease of the mind.
We haven't covered well, actually, let's bring it down a bit. The unfortunate passing of Desmond Tutu. He passed on Boxing Day, 26th of December. We just wanted to pay our condolences on the podcast.
Yeah, Desmond Tutu.
As Sam would say, great guy, never met him.
But I actually have met him. Oh, yeah. I think don't act so surprised. I think we've actually told the story on the podcast before.
Have we?
I'm not sure. But anyway, I met Desmond Tutu. I'm getting strong deja Tutu.
Sam says I don't listen to anything he says, so maybe this is a testament to that. Okay.
Maybe. But I met him in an elevator. My mom, who's deeply religious, I'm not. Vincent Pallotti.
Oh, okay.
I broke 3 bones in the space of like 6 months. So I just lived at Vincent Pallotti. Yeah. And he was in the elevator. I was like, hey, Desmond. And my mom was like, oh. And he was like, how can you call me that? And then we actually just, he was very cool because he was like, oh, you're hitting your girlfriend. And I was like, no, she's hitting me. And wow, that joke aged poorly, Desmond. But yeah, he just seemed like such a leading light in South Africa. Deeply controversial, loved and hated by black and white people. but ultimately an amazing man, an amazing leader.
No,
And
100%.
he's often coined with the term Rainbow Nation, that sort of stuff, a lot of nation building.
Yeah.
The TRC is a very controversial, and I'm not going to speak on it. It's I can understand how harmful it is to a lot of people and triggering, and but I think if we look at Desmond on the whole, got to go, what a person, one of the best to ever do it. And when I say do it, I mean live.
No, I mean, he contributed so much to South Africa, so R.I.P. Desmond.
First things first, rest in peace, Uncle Desmond. So whilst we're not going to get too much deeper than that, I want to play a new game in honor of our fallen hero, Desmond Tutu. So I'm going to read out 2 quotes.
Okay.
And the one is from Desmond Tutu and the one is from 2 Chainz. And you have to tell me who said what. But listen to both of them before you give me an answer, and feel free to play along at home, in your car, or in your stepdaddy's basement. Okay. So the first quote: "She got a big booty, so I call her Big Booty." And then the second quote: "If you are neutral in situations of injustice, you have chosen the side of the oppressor."
Hard guess, really.
Well, but before you answer, who said what? And remember, if you guess right, you stand a chance to win a holy condom. Yeah, one with actual holes, not one that's blessed by the Pope. Just full transparency. So who said what, Chloe?
Hard, tough one. Yeah. But I'm gonna go with the second quote from Desmond.
That's true. Desmond Tutu, of course, did say, "If you're neutral in situations of injustice, you have chosen the side of the oppressor."
Talking about holy condoms and also not ones blessed by the priest, I remember in I think it was 2013, where the government was trying to hand out free condoms, right?
Yes.
Promote sexual health in South Africa.
Your health is your wealth.
But they actually stapled the condoms to leaflets or flyers. I don't know what it is. And they stapled through the condoms. I mean, the government is...
South Africa.
And then you say this is what I also don't get. When companies say we're recalling this medication that might kill you. What if you don't see the announcement?
That's true. What if you're not on Twitter?
Just popping these or using the condoms.
That is so true. Speaking of condoms, that Drake hot sauce thing is the wildest thing I've seen in recent memory.
So you were telling me about that.
Yeah, how Drake was sleeping. Oh yeah, go Drake. That's my boy. Drake was sleeping with this IG model, standard. And Aubrey Graham, is that his real name? I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
At risk of repeating myself, I'll start again. So Drake is sleeping with this Instagram model.
Yeah.
And he obviously uses he practices safe sex, uses a condom, chucks his condom away. Girl goes to the bathroom. The next thing they're screaming. And alleged screaming, remember, I wasn't there, and freaking out, and he goes in there, and her vagine, for lack of better phrasing, is burning because she has now tried to take the condom, and this ties back to what we were saying earlier about the horses. She's tried to inseminate herself with Drake's semen. Makes sense. I mean, that's how you quite literally secure the bag.
No, but that is insane behavior.
But he obviously has seen behavior like this before, and he put hot sauce in the condom, so she's probably going to have a redhead when she finally gives birth. No, and I was just like, that's so crazy. But then it triggered a memory how NBA players used to do it, and they would actually mandate in teams like the Lakers that they had to, if they had sex with a person, be responsible for taking their condom out of the hotel room.
Yeah.
Of course, Magic Johnson didn't follow that really.
Really?
Well, no, because he's got AIDS.
Oh.
Yeah, bit of a dark one.
Oh, jeepers.
He was just raw dog.
So does it kill? Does hot sauce kill the sperm?
I can't imagine it's overly good for the chances of you having a child.
You know what it reminds me of is that TikTok audio where she probably tried to, put it up there and be like, why is it spicy?
Why is this spicy? But thinking, we're on the topic of spicy things, broken things. Mm-hmm. The Afcon. The African Cup of Nations. Yeah. How are Bafana, South Africa, not in this tournament? How? It doesn't make sense.
We're just not good enough.
How?
No,
there are countries there, Chloe. That Malawi. What does Malawi do? Can you tell me anything that comes out of Malawi?
Soccer players that are better than Bafana. I'm sorry, but there was the tryouts, and I mean that's just how it goes.
I mean, you do seem to have a firm grasp on the qualifying process, but
yes,
I agree. But the Afcon has been wild. You even Chloe, who watches no sport, was sending me clips.
I just love the memes. Yeah, there were quite a few funny moments. I think this one guy like tripped over. Well, no, he didn't trip. He literally fell over the railing. That was hilarious. But what I also want to know is like, and this isn't just an Afcon, obviously.
This is soccer in general.
This is just soccer. But why are they so dramatic? Do you know what I mean? Like the first time I watched soccer, I saw this guy like writhing on the ground. I was like, are they not going to call the paramedics on like right now? Like he looked like he was in a world of pain. Then a foul doesn't get called for the team, gets up, walks around like nothing. And I'm like, is that not like embarrassing?
Yeah, there's a famous quote that soccer is men rolling around for 90 minutes pretending to be injured, and rugby is men rolling around for 80 minutes pretending not to be injured.
Facts.
Yeah.
Absolute facts.
That's on it.
No, I mean, it's
like a scone.
There was even a moment, I don't know who was playing against who. Again, we've covered my limited knowledge of sport.
Yeah, she's not being racist. She just doesn't know who was playing.
Samuel. So there are these two guys rolling around on the ground because they've both been hurt. And then they roll into each other. The one guy's head hits the other guy on the back. He's like, ow, ow. You can even hear them. You can hear them screaming, even though they're in a full stadium. I was like, no, absolutely not.
And while they're rolling, the other guy punches the other guy. And it's just like...
Does he? Yeah. I didn't see that part of it. Also, this actually sounds like I know a lot about it, but I don't. You and Samsra and Kieran, who we had on the podcast, were telling me about how the ref blew the whistle.
He just ended the game at 85 minutes.
When it's supposed to be 90, I do know that.
And then he ended it at like the 89th minute, 50 seconds, and the coaches are running after him with their watches. Then they go off the field. Then the team who's winning doesn't want to come back on the field. Afcon, baby. It might not be the greatest soccer, but it sure is entertaining.
100%.
That should be like the tournament's slogan.
I like it. Get on that.
A mess, a royal mess.
Yeah.
Speaking of royal messes, Chloe, Prince Andrew.
I was going to say, are you guys enjoying our segues? Because they are pretty good. Well, yes. Royal messes. Prince Andrew's now being stripped of his titles. So I guess he's now just Andrew.
No, they even took that away.
Oh.
No, he is just Andrew. No, I think he's still Duke of York or something.
Yeah. No, so... Yeah.
That sounds like Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Duke of New York. You can use that name, Jay-Z. You have my blessing. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he's on his own now, which means that he has to defend himself as a public citizen. And obviously this is this is following a US judge ruling that virginity.
Jesus.
I'm having such a trouble talking
That's
today.
A Freudian slip right there. Because the person who's the victim here, his name is Virginia, and Chloe's called her Virginity.
That is, and it's in a sex abuse case, but Virginia...
Oh, Jonas.
Virginia Giuffre.
Virginia Giuffre?
Yeah. That is literally her name.
Virginity free the Jews. As Chloe likes to call her.
But her sex abuse case has been put through by the US judge, so that is going to be going ahead. So he has to defend himself. And he's charged, Prince Andrew, yeah. But the British taxpayers are very upset because they are technically still paying for his security.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I mean, what I didn't know about this case is that Prince Andrew, is the son of the Queen.
Yeah.
I never knew that. And to be frank, I'm pretty surprised that after she killed Epstein, Princess Diana, I'm quite surprised she hasn't killed old Andrew because he's ugly as well. He reminds me of Peter Pettigrew.
Peter Pettigrew.
From Harry Potter, the one who turned into a rat. I hate rats now because of that guy.
He is
also
a
hate
rat.
people called Peter.
Oh.
Sorry, guys.
I don't think that's
some
fair.
movies yeah.
But I mean, it's just like you're saying, it is an absolute mess. He's now accusing Virginia, not virginity, of having false memories about the ordeal. But I mean, have you seen the photo? There's literally
what is he calling them?
False memories. Yeah, she's suffering from false memories. So now they want to interview her husband and her psychologist. It's just insane.
Prince Andrew, poor guy. He's clearly suffering from finally being responsible for his actions. False actions, allegedly.
Suffering from affluenza.
What's that?
Do you really not know? That's an actual term from, it's like when you're so disjointed from reality because you're so rich.
Oh, affluenza.
Yeah.
Wow, Chloe.
It's a real
word. Like I say, I always hear, and so on the topic, Ghislaine, Ghislaine's my favorite.
You're just throwing all sorts of names out there. Virginity, Ghislaine.
Yeah, so she's also in those topics of, she's been found guilty.
So she will be sentenced.
Okay.
She is going to be sentenced on, well, for what we know, I think it's multiple charges, but on sex trafficking and conspiracy. And that'll be in June. So not yet.
Apparently she's going to be sentenced around 18 years. She's like, I would have preferred younger. I mean, less time. Yeah. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Should we lighten it up a bit?
Better news. Where's some South African news? Some local news.
There was obsession with the royals.
It's done.
Okay.
I was reading an article and it was written on the BBC's website from the royal correspondent. Imagine that was your job, writing about the royals.
People love it though. Have you seen the U magazines? Cover after cover after cover. It's just the royals. I don't get it.
So what's the good news?
Okay. The good news is Shao Mafuna. I could be saying his first name wrong.
Sure it's not Sean and there's a typo.
No, definitely.
Shao.
So he's joined the Mercedes F1 engineering team and he joined them in November, but he will be on the team for this coming F1 season, which is very exciting.
So he's what the big news is he's a black South African in the Mercedes F1 team, which means now there are 2 people of color in F1. Way to go. Keep kneeling and keep promising things and like nothing will happen. So that's come on guys.
I think that there could be more people of color in other teams, but I think
of course it's
I think in Mercedes.
Net 'n grappie. Well, Toto Wolff could be black because he got a big old dick.
We don't know that.
We know that.
We don't know that.
Well, we know that for a fact. We also wanted to do more. Here's a coffee. We wanted to do, that was me just holding up my coffee for some reason. We wanted to do a food insert this week. You said you wanted to chat about some food, some dishes.
So I will not mention the restaurant's name, right? But my friend and I, we went out for brunch on Saturday. Lovely, lovely weather. Camps Bay. That's as much as I'm about to give you.
Oh, yeah.
And so I had a chia bowl, delicious. She had a green omelet and she's literally finished most of her omelet, but the toast was covering part of it. Then she moves the toast and there's a fly that's been baked into her omelet. No. But the thing
that's really when kids eat toast sometimes. Because that would be an occasion where you wouldn't eat the toast.
Well, that's the thing, right? It's like, it is gross, but like I wouldn't be grossed out that I ate the rest of the omelet. Like I think...
I don't know. That's pretty nasty.
Have you ever had that happen? I think I've had like hairs in my... The
worst restaurant experience I've had is I threw up at this lovely restaurant.
Also not name dropping.
Starlings, no, great place. But I was allergic to something. It wasn't their food or anything. They've got great food, great coffee. And there's something very humbling about like vomiting in the toilets while like someone's like waiting to come in and have their diarrhea because I've just had a lovely coffee, but a strong coffee. And yeah, I just hated it.
Yeah, and that's a nice bathroom as well in that restaurant.
It is. You're like, oh, these towels are great.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I think that like a fly for me is less bad than me finding a hair in my food.
For it's human, it's gross.
Yeah, for some reason. So, and I think that there's definitely crazy things that people have found in their food. So I thought I would look some up.
I'm sensing a game coming along.
Yes. Okay, so this is what's going to happen. Okay. So.
Unscripted.
You're going to have to tell me. So you have to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, how gross what someone found in their food is. 1 being like, maybe you'd ask for a refund, maybe you'd send it back. 10, like you full on going to sue them.
Okay.
And like throw your toys and just, okay. So 1 to 10, you got the scale. Okay, number 1. Someone found a frog in a bag of frozen vegetables.
Context is key here. If I'm in France, free frog.
Oui, oui.
Oui, oui. If I'm in South Africa, that's definitely send it back territory.
Send it back. You wouldn't sue.
No, they must cook the frog. No, I would definitely would not sue.
Just some extra protein. Okay. Next one is a condom in a Big Mac. It didn't say if it was used or not, but a condom.
Dangerous, or maybe it was the kiddies meal giveaway with a condom. So you don't have more kiddies to spend money on McDonald's. No, if I found a condom in a Big Mac, then I think I'm set for life. I think Ronald McDonald's getting that lawsuit, and I'm going to I can keep doing these instead of working. Okay. That's disgusting.
Okay, number 3 is a severed finger. A severed human finger in frozen custard.
Who am I dining with? The Italian mob?
So something must have happened where like this guy who was making the custard lost a finger.
Oh, and they would just like send it out.
And he just kept going. You know, he's like, oh fuck, look.
Yeah, we've got tables to serve. No, that's in Big Mac territory. Unless it's a message being sent to me like, hey, cocksucker. You want to step into your pretty lady, huh? You want a frozen finger in the custard, huh? Pay us protection. That was me being the mob. It wasn't good.
Okay. A syringe in a Burger King sandwich.
A syringe?
A syringe.
A needle or syringe?
A syringe. Maybe like a needle in a syringe.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this confirms my belief that anyone who eats Burger King is a crack addict. But
it's delicious.
For most, no, I'm out.
Okay, you're out. Last one. A cockroach in a hash brown.
Oh, what you mean, protein? That's fucking disgusting.
But I think that's the most understandable one.
Yes. Well, considering we've got frog, condom, syringe,
yeah, it's like
finger.
How the hell did that stuff get in there? But I mean, the cockroach. Fair enough, right? Like I think I would just ask for refund.
Yeah,
but
cockroaches got some interesting features to them.
Yes. So this is actually.
Oh, you've got some actual facts here.
Yes, my actual facts. No, so you know we're doing hot takes for the episode. So this is my hot take: is that cockroaches are more indestructible than Nokias. Like the OG Nokias. Okay. And this is...
I'd believe that.
Yeah, okay.
I believe that.
A cockroach can literally regrow their legs. I don't see a Nokia being able to do that, okay?
Or Oscar Pistorius, for that matter. You're a piece of shit, you're in jail.
Okay, they can survive extreme amounts of pressure, 900 times their body weight, and they can also survive an atomic bomb. No, like...
Sounds like Oscar Pistorius handles pressure well and he's gone through an atomic event in his life.
I don't know.
Cockroaches are Oscar Pistorius. How about that?
New headline.
I thought you were talking about my hair. Sweating bullets out. No, but that's very...
Crazy.
Again, Chloë brings the facts. We were at a braai and this one mom was like, hey, Chloë runs a podcast and Sam just makes jokes. I was like, deeply offended. But then I was like, that's pretty much the truth.
No.
So what? It's radiation, pressure, and legs.
Yeah. Okay.
If you have 3 of those, you might be a cockroach.
I think I know a few cockroaches. But so this is actually my last fact for the episode. Then I will stop. But so robot makers have literally taken inspiration from cockroaches to make robots as indestructible as possible.
Interesting. I like that.
Thank you.
It's like Ant-Man, Cockroach Man, Cockman. Yeah, we have covered some serious ground this episode.
But sorry, what's your hot take?
Ooh, my hot take would be... My hot take for the week is that South Africa, a.k.a. the Proteas, a.k.a. the Comeback Kids, a.k.a. Indian Killers. Oh, that sounds right. That sounds like it happened in America.
Yeah.
And that's because we beat India, a.k.a. Olga's Angels, a.k.a. Rabada and Co., a.k.a. the best test team in the world, just beat India in a test series that no one ever thought we could win, myself included. I thought, especially after we lost the first game, I was like, I don't think we can do it. And then we did it. So everyone who's been talking shit about the Proteas, you can just shut up.
Sam, even like, he didn't even have his South African cricket top on while he was watching, because I think he was like, we might not win and I don't want to have this on. Then the minute we won, he goes and like runs to his room and he puts it on. It was like,
no, it's because it's too small, so I can't just wear it normally. You look like a maniac. So then when we went out that evening, I was in my Protea shirt and people were like, why are you wearing that? I'm like, we're the best team in the world. Yeah, I was pretty drunk.
No, it was cute.
It was so much fun. So here's my question for you.
Okay.
So Chloe Dog, given how closely you do follow cricket, what do you think about Virat Kohli's decision to give up the Test captaincy following the conclusion of the series?
Yeah. What I would tell you is, it's probably for the best. To allow him to focus on the twilight of his career, whilst also allowing a new leadership group to be created and really grow in the Indian Test side. Yeah.
That is interesting, Chloe.
Yeah.
What
I thought a lot
is
about
Kohli a batsman or a bowler?
Bowler. Is he a batsman?
He's a batsman.
No.
So obviously Chloe's been stealing match reports again. But yeah, I do think he's so great for the game of cricket. He's fiery. He's the bad boy. And now he's retired. I love watching him play against anyone but South Africa.
Okay.
Because I don't like it when he's doing his thing against us, because I'm sensitive for our players.
Yeah.
But anyway, speaking about Virat Kohli, I thought that always bad boys get the spotlight, the limelight. They really get attention focused on them.
Okay.
And so I decided it is my journalistic responsibility to shine the light where light needs to be shone.
Okay.
And I know that should be Eskom's next slogan, but without further ado, I present the top 5 most influential leaders in South Africa.
Okay.
So, at the start of the top 5 most influential leaders in South Africa, we have Kgalema Motlanthe.
Okay.
And I hope I've said his name right. I'm thinking in my head I may have butchered it, but I'll power through that.
Yeah?
He was our president for 6 months.
No ways.
And he was so great, no one ever knew.
Wow.
Do you know who he is?
No.
Yeah. He and then he was our deputy president for a bit, but no one knew who this cat was.
No.
So, well done, Mr. Prez / Deputy Prez.
He's maybe linking back to, how women, they actually run the world. Maybe he's kind of like the people like, it's magic.
Yeah, just behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So coming in at second in most influential leaders in South Africa, Julius Malema. Only joking. In second is Siya Kolisi.
Yeah.
Wow.
What a guy. Also never met him.
Inspiring.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Drama-free. Mm-hmm. Except everything he put in his tell-all book. There's quite a lot of drama in there. In third place in South Africa's most influential leaders, Michael de Brolio. He is a man who has seamlessly and brilliantly and uncontroversially, might I add, taken on the Road Accident Fund. And he's also taken on countless impersonations and defamation that usually goes, I'm Michael de Brolio. He also said I was going to be a star, so he's right up there. In at fourth, Chloe, for South Africa's most influential leaders comes Mendoza. A man who constantly brings white people to their feet at any public event. As soon as you hear that, bam, 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 bam. Honestly, I'm feeling it as I speak here. And while we're on it, fun fact, I actually witnessed my uncle tearing his hamstring while he was trying to gumboot dance at his 50th.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
I performed that dance when I was in grade 6 in gumboots.
That's crazy.
Is that cultural appropriation? I don't know.
Perhaps. But finally, Chloe, in my top 5 influential leaders in South Africa is the least controversial.
Okay.
South African cricket captain, Hansie Cronje. And I know. Rest in peace, Hansie.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. You genuinely were a brilliant leader, cricketer. Unfortunately, you were just terrible at gambling.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Hansie.
R.I.P.
So that's it. That's my list of top 5.
No, and I really enjoyed those. However, I could only notice how those were only men.
Were they?
Yeah.
Well, we don't know what Kgalema was.
Okay, well, I'd like to maybe add one to the list that's a female.
Okay. Jesus, Chloe, fix my list. Oh, God, Sam.
Lillian Ngoyi.
What did she do?
She was known as a mother of black resistance in South Africa. Yeah, and she was a powerful anti-apartheid public speaker.
Okay, Lillian.
Yeah, she fought for women's rights, empowered many black South African women. So we can add her to the list as well.
Okay, that kind of embarrasses my list because my list was like a joke list. Okay. And now like you put a serious person there.
I just thought we should.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Fair enough. And so you might be sitting at home and your list might very well differ from mine.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Stop DMing us and start your own podcast. Or pay us to say your opinions. That's called Facebook, isn't it? But we'll do something. We'll do something else. But before we whop a Gangnam Style and dip, that's cool kid chat for leave. Overrated, underrated?
Oh, I'm excited.
Okay, so Chloe's asking me this week. Let's see what we got.
Okay, first up, Afcon, overrated or underrated?
Afcon is severely underrated. It is honestly misrepresented because it's a comedy brand. It's not a soccer brand. But honestly, the Afcon is severely underrated. And while we're here, here's a more serious point about the Afcon. That's how you can see global racism in football. Mm-hmm. People at big clubs are like, oh, are their players going to go play for their country in the Afcon? If it were any other international tournaments and players at clubs were asked those sort of questions, people would... This is unbelievable. But because they're coming back to play for African nations, people all of a sudden, oh, are you really going back to play in Afcon? Of course. Pieces of shit.
Of course.
Of course.
Okay.
So that got deep. Racism.
Number 2, Prince Andrew, overrated or underrated?
Prince Andrew, overrated when he's with underage girls. Hey, that's but an over-under little wordplay. No, this guy is disgusting. He is overrated as fuck, boy. To jail, you go. Skip begin.
You're trash.
You're trash, Prince Andrew.
Garbage rat.
You're a garbage rat.
Yeah, okay. Video calling when you're on the toilet.
Underrated. I am one of the biggest video callers on the toilet. I will video call anyone. I'll take a business call on the toilet.
Sometimes Sam will switch his video off but forget that his audio's on.
No, because this is when I'm actually going to do the bloop, bloop, bloop. And I'm like, oh, that's rude. So I switched the video off for that out of courtesy to...
But I'd rather see your face than hear it.
No, I got to work on myself.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. Zendaya,
underrated, especially in Euphoria. I love her. But her relationship with Tom Holland is overrated. I hate like relatable celebrities. Like, oh, look at us. We're just like you. No, you're not. You get paid millions to have fun and like have people take your picture. So stop. It's the same thing with... what's her name? She was a very famous actor, Jennifer Lawrence. She's like, oh, I'm so relatable. No, you're not, Jennifer. Find something else to make money from.
Fair enough.
Again, I'm getting worked up here.
Fair.
What's the time? I'm feeling so angry.
Okay. And the last one is your mother calling you chunky or chunky.
Yeah, my mother does call me chunky, and I'd say it's underrated because it helps with the weight loss.
Okay.
But it doesn't help with mental health. So stop it, mother. I've tried my best. No, I'm only teasing, but yeah.
All right.
When she calls me chunky monkey, I'm like, oh, this is the worst.
Well, on that depressing note.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The
That's
laugh along. I think today's episode was pretty funny.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I did. I had fun. I really do apologize if it looks like I'm about to have diarrhea / sweating bullets.
You look good.
I'm very hot in here. But before we go, please review the podcast on Apple Podcasts.
Please.
It doesn't matter if you listen to it on Spotify, review it over there. Yeah. And do it before we are famous. And because if it's funny and you give us 5 stars, we'll read it. And do that while we can read them out before we charging you 6,000 Rand to even just be like, hello name, and then move on. Because we'll do that.
And do all the YouTube-y things, like, comment, subscribe. Apparently, 18% of you guys who are watching are not subscribed. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
And the first thing that makes you laugh, that's when you hit the like button, please. I feel that's fair. As soon as you laugh once, like button. That's my metric for videos. If they don't make me laugh, I don't. So maybe there are no likes for this video. Who knows? Maybe there aren't any. But I think on that note, we could get to say Goodbye. We will see you. We're doing a crossover episode. I haven't even told Chloe. It's such a big surprise. We're going to Kaya Creative Studios on Wednesday.
Awesome.
Brilliant little creative hub that's been created in Loop Street. Is it Loop or Loop?
Loop.
So now I'm going to Loop. Remember that big song. Anyway, we're going into those studios to record our biggest podcast with, not biggest because all our podcasts are big, but in terms of numbers, there'll be 4 people, with the Bioscope Brasa, who are also wonderful podcast.
Very exciting.
Out of South Africa. So look out for that.
That'll be out on Thursday.
On Thursday.
Yeah.
Or I've got the admin wrong and there'll be no podcast.
All right.
Thanks so much for watching, Chloe. Thank you for being wonderful. Samuel, well done yet again, you minx. Love you lots. Bye.
Bye.